Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Muiz Fitri bin Aduka and my supervisor is Madam Siti Nur Kamaliah binti Kamaruddin. So today I am going to present about my final project proposal, which is the palm fruit detection system using machine learning. The first one, we are going to the introduction. Introduction to the palm fruit in agriculture. So, what is palm fruit? So, palm fruit is most frequently utilized vegetable oil in the world that being used in the food, cosmetic and biofuels, that the price of palm fruit can be significantly impacted by the quality of the palm fruit, since higher grade fruits can produce more oil, which in turn produce oil of greater quality and higher market value. So, in palm fruit, the ripeness is some element that might impact palm fruit quality and the cost. Now, we are going to the problem statement. So, what is the problem in the palm fruit in agriculture? So, in the economic side, if we see that the low income elasticity of demand because of low quality output from harvesting process. So, the next one in the process side, which is the traditional method that always rely on human vision inspection. And as we know that human abilities are limited, so some activities on the process will be limited. So the next one is the illegal activity, which is the theft or sell unripe or overripe fruit. Now we are going to the research question of palm fruit in agriculture. So what is the research question? So the first one is how to find the characteristic of palm fruit according to the grade of palm fruit. The second one is how to apply the machine learning algorithm to be applied to the palm fruit grading system. And the last one is how to design and to develop a system that can evaluate palm fruit quality based on its characteristic. We are going to the objective. So it's a commitment. So what is the objective for this case study? So the first one is to find the characteristic of palm fruit according to the grade of the palm fruit. The second one is to design and apply a machine learning algorithm into the system for grading palm fruit. So the last one of the objective is to develop a prototype system that can classify a palm fruit quality. Now we are in the scope. So what is the scope of my project? So the first one is the target user. So who is my target user? My first target user is the palm fruit farmer, and the second one is the mills for the data collection. So about the data, it will be the 4 types of palm fruit quality, which will be the ripe, unripe, half ripe and overripe, and the technique that I will be used, which is the C support vector machine, which is one kind of the support vector machine, and it will be using the feature attraction, which is the LAB color space. Now we are going to the significance of my project. So the first significance of my project is to ensure the quality of the palm fruit with a reliable inspection system that ensures consistent and accurate assessment of palm fruit quality. The second significance is contribute to maintaining high quality standard throughout the supply chain, benefiting producer and consumer alike. We are going to the literature review. In literature review, there's one article or one topic that I want to highlight in the literature review, that most of it tell about the feature extraction for palm fruit grading. So what is it actually? So it's utilized in palm fruit grading to capture vital characteristics which significant in the agricultural industry. So in feature extraction, it uses the LAB color space that allows for the computation of various color-based palm fruit grading. And the last one is the contrast feature captures variation in color intensity, which is enabling the identification of regions with distinct color characteristics. The last one, now we are going to the research methodology. This is my research flow for the research methodology. So it consists of 3 phases. So the first phase is the preliminary study, knowledge acquisition and analysis, data collection, and data pre-process. The second phase, which is the phase 2, is the system design and implementation. The last phase, which is the phase 3, is the system development, testing and evaluation, and documentation. In phase 1, we are going to focus on the first objective of our project, which is to find the characteristic of palm fruit according to the grade of the palm fruit. So in this phase, we are going to know how we are going to use the data set, what data set that we need in order to do this project, and the last one is what the indicator need in order to know in the characteristic of palm fruit. The second phase of the research methodology will be going to focus on the second objective, which is to design and apply a machine learning algorithm into the system for grading palm fruit. In this phase, we are going to know about the tested and trained dataset. We are going to train and test the dataset. And the second one is about the system flow diagram, the system architecture, and we are going to know how we are going to design the user interface. Now we are going to the last phase, which is phase 3, that we are going to focus on the third objective, which is to develop a prototype system that can classify palm fruit quality. So in this phase, we are going to test and train the dataset, which is in the system development that we are going to the process of testing and training set using a machine learning algorithm. We are going to test the system and evaluate it, and we are going to do some documentation in order to testing the system. That's all from me for the presentation. Thank you.